This month, our theme has been Do It Now. And no more waiting. Yes? Do it now, no more waiting. That song, we are the way we treat each other, and nothing more. Because we are only what our relationship is to each and every person on this planet and to ourselves. It's the relationship side of this. It's how we relate that really designates who we are. So I want you to take out your affirmation and take a look at it. If you don't have it with you, it's on your program. And I'll say it once, and I'd like you to repeat it after me. I stand in the truth that my life is dynamic, expansive, and happening now. You ready? I stand in the truth that my life is dynamic, expansive, and happening now. So this month, my life has certainly been dynamic. It has been expansive, and it has happened every single moment of the month. And it just, you got me? Yeah, it just keeps going. Do y'all feel that? Yes, it's been a very powerful year even since we began this year. I live my truth. I posed that for us this year, and then I stepped into it in all the ways you can imagine stepping into it. Stepping into the truth of it, stepping into the challenge of it. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. So let's talk for a moment about how we treat each other. How we treat is the way we use our mind. And this is what we teach, how we treat. How we know who we are, the first step of treatment, how I know who I am at all times. I know that God is all there is, and that's who I am. There's step 1 and 2 of treatment. It's which all that Ernest Holmes ever taught. I know who I am, and I know that I am this. I know I am that. I am that. I am that. You could do that all day. I am that. Not this, that. So there's the first 2 steps of treatment. That's how we treat with our minds. Now, if I'm in relationship with you, Lee, and I'm in relationship from that, oh my God, our relationship's going to be magnificent, no matter what you bring me. Because the healing presence of consciousness, when you are in the room with a John, the divine, when you are in the room with someone who so knows who they are and has no other concept for themselves whatsoever, you can't come with all of your crap. You can't. You can, but it's like it just disappeared. You ever have that kind of person you walk up, you go, I got to tell you, oh, never mind. Because you just know it's not going to work here. It's just not going to work here. You can't mumble around certain people. You can't. So when I say do it now, I mean be that person now. Do it now. This is the last Sunday of this month. Do it now. No more waiting to be that person that lives life as a treatment, from the knowing of who I am. So this morning, you know, I've been working for 2 weeks on Dorian, and how many of you got to see Dorian? Great, thank you. Thank you for being there. So I've been working for 2 weeks on the picture of Dorian Gray, not the most metaphysically beautiful story, but I have found a lot of metaphysics in it. And I have. But it's been a very dense 2 weeks. Karen Frost will tell you, she's barely seen me. I've been in this room working on this. And the talent in that show was, the young talent, and all of the talent was just amazing. And I just want to point out, is that you, Tasia? There's the female star of this show. She did such a beautiful job. And here's how this works, and why I bring this up. Here's how this works. When you know who you are, and you live in a world that you believe is the world of good, then you show up on a stage like this, even if you don't live in the city, even if you've never seen a musical or been in one, even if you've never acted, it just flows through you and you do it naturally. And that girl was just spectacular on this stage. So this morning when I woke up after having done all of this and with very little sleep, I woke up this morning and immediately took my walk, listening to Nothing More, the song. And as I walked, I turned into Lee Golden. I was just sobbing. So I'm walking my neighborhood with my headphones and I'm just sobbing and people are walking by with their dogs like, and I'm like, good morning. And I'm just sobbing because I'm listening to this song. You are how you treat each other. You are nothing more. And then I walk, and I always take a different path. I never know which way I'm going to walk. So I made a left up the street, and there were like thousands, just this whole street filled with these seed pods. And I'm walking, and something like Mark talked about, there is the meeting of the divine and the divinely intelligent human mind that when it literally combines, it sort of jolts you. It gives you a little shock and says, pay attention. And I just heard, reach down, pick that up. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. Okay, but I'll do it. I picked it up, and I'm just standing, walking with it, and all of a sudden, I just started crying again. And I'm sobbing because I got it. This pod used to have tons and tons of seeds in it. When it matured to where it needed to mature, it opened up and dropped all of its seeds back into the earth so that the earth could bring it back up. It looks like a dead piece of something on the street. It's not. It represents our minds, the way we have the ability to use our minds, if we will, to recognize that when we mature, and I love that in Mark's talk he kept saying, but you're here, but you're here. You are the metaphysically, the spiritually mature people that have taken this step forward in your life to listen to this message, to the new thought message, to understand that you are God. You're not praying to a God. You don't have to worship a God. You don't have to beseech a God. You are. And here you are. You have within you all of these beautiful thoughts and ideas and creations. And you mature to such a place that you just inevitably must deposit those thoughts out into the world. And I don't think this pod, when it was up in that tree, said to itself, I'm not sure if this is the time. I'm not sure if I have all of my ducks in a row yet. I am just not sure. It didn't. It just goes, and it knows. It knows. Just like Mark said, there's a thing in you that knows. And when he talked today, there was a thing in me that knew and really touched me. And I was like, oh my God, how annoying. It was. It was like, how annoying. I am now going to have to answer this and stop trying to close my pod. Stop trying to hold the seeds back because maybe it's going to be difficult. Maybe it's not going to work that way. I know every single one of you have this. The way you treat each other is the way you use your mind and allow your true self to come forward. Now, I'm going to ask you to look in your pamphlet. If you have a card that you want to write something on, there is a thing in your program for treatment. So please, in the last few minutes as I speak, write down something that you would like us to know the truth for. I will be doing the treatment today. So that's what we do for each other. We're about to do it for you, to know the truth for you. But I can't know the truth for you. I can't know the truth for you unless I'm knowing the truth for you from the truth. Otherwise, it's just words. And I spend every Monday night and every Thursday night with practitioners and ministers literally pounding that into all of us. And I'm not acting like I have it and I'm pounding it into them. To all of us. We cannot treat and know the truth. We cannot change our lives. We cannot transform our lives until we're willing to be like this pod. Spiritually mature to the degree that we know exactly what we're doing when we are dropping our seeds. Because we can also drop seeds that don't work for us. We can also drop seeds early, before they're matured. Each one of us this month has had the opportunity to really think about, do it now. No more waiting. No more waiting. No more waiting to remind myself, to know that I am who I am. So please pass those to the center. Connie, if your folk could grab these and collect them. I would love for you to all take a look for these this week. I think they're all falling. Or how many of you see these around your neighborhood? Just stop, just drop by. I was going to pass it around to all of you, but this is mine. So grab one and just, no, because I thought, no, you're all going to crumble it. It's going to come back, and my little edges are going to be gone. And I want to put this on my dresser. I don't actually have a dresser. I'm going to put this, I said dresser, and I'm like, I don't have a dresser. I'm going to put this on my desk. And I'm just going to remind myself how powerful my mind is every single day. Thank you, Robbie. Every single day. How powerful my mind is and how amazing it is to use this thing called mind, to use this amazing tool that I have, that I am, my mind. The way we treat each other and nothing more, because we are love. We are war. I love that you said that, Mark. When you said that, I was like, wow, it's coming in the lyrics following you. We are not just love. We are war as well. We are not just peace. We are all the challenges of the universe. We are all of it. All of it. And all we have to do with all of it is let it mature. Let it mature. Let our minds mature enough to open up and start spreading the seeds of love and the seeds of peace and the seeds of truth. That's the thing we get to do. So I invite you to take a deep breath. Oh, don't do that. That looks weird.